What's up, guys? I know I haven't released anything in a while. I'm extremely sorry about that. But the game that I'm talking about today, they're worse than me. They haven't released anything remotely good in the last 9 years. Today, I'm talking about Bleach Rebirth of Souls. I have been so excited about this game for the longest time. Ever since I saw the trailer drop on IGN and all of the character release footages they've been dropping just over the months to the build up of the game, I've been so hyped for this game. So hyped. And since I'm so hyped, let's just get into it. Let's just start it off. Let's talk about what I enjoy about the game. I love how polished this game is. They actually made a game and released a game on launch. There has been so many releases lately. I'm going to flash them up on the screen, and I'm sure even me saying this, you can think of one on the top of your head that dropped, and you could tell that they needed a little bit of, time to actually just rough out all the edges before they actually dropped it. This game feels complete. There's a huge storyline, a huge roster. The UI is beautiful. The sounds are beautiful. There's not many bugs that I'm noticing so far off, the bat. There's nothing game breaking. I can't just not load into it because I'm gonna compare a game that pissed me off during launch in a second here. But it feels polished. This feels like a finished game that they're actually giving us. Another thing that I absolutely adore is the UI. I literally can't get over this UI. It is almost perfect. Almost. The only part of the UI I don't like is the in-game UI, and it's the top bar. I think the top bar is just a little bit too clustered, and the colors are a little just too much. I think they can tone it down up there, but other than that, the menu's amazing. The settings are amazing. They're easy to navigate. All of the stuff in the main menu is perfect. There's absolutely nothing to complain about there. I don't know anyone. I haven't seen a single thread on Reddit or on Twitter. I've seen people complain because, it's fucking Twitter. But I have not seen anyone complain about this UI, and I think that's perfect. I'm agreeing with the majority here finally. The UI is amazing. It is perfectly made. And for this, I might sound a little crazy, like this, probably is, this should be the standard, but there is 32 characters to play off-rip, and that is not including the ones you unlock when beating the story and whatnot, and getting those characters. This is 32 different playable characters who have unique abilities, unique weights, unique speeds, unique, combos, animations, awakenings, everything. Unique everything. There's 32 of these motherfuckers, bro. That is so healthy for a game, especially on launch. When you get in the game, there's 32. There's a 1 out of 32 chance that you find that niche character that scratches that, great part of your brain that hooks you in on them. Yeah, that's my main. Or because it's an anime and the IP, you're like, I fucking loved that guy in the show. I'm gonna play as him. My favorite character is Grimjaw. Guess who I played my first match? Yes, I played the GOAT himself. What are you talking about? This motherfucker is literally him, bro. I loved it. He felt like I was actually in the show. That sounds so nerdy and so corny to say, but you really feel like you're the character. It is very, very intuitive. Very, very intuitive. Now, for the most important part, especially for everyone who enjoys fighting games, I am going to put this on a standard playground right here. This game, I'm comparing this game to its colleagues. Its colleagues are as listed: Storm 4, and the Storm series in general, but mainly Storm 4 and Storm Chronicles, or whatever that, Storm Generations, or whatever bullshit that new game is. Demon Slayer Chronicles. Jump Force. I'll throw in Jump Force because why the fuck not? Sparking Zero. Dragon Ball Z Fighter. And even that god-awful Jujutsu Kaisen Clash, whatever the fuck that train wreck of a game was. This is where this game sits, and these are its colleagues. Now, for technicality and advanced tech, this game is in the Dragon Ball Z Fighters tier, and Sparking Zero's, kind of right with them. I would say Sparking Zero is a little bit lower, but it is right there with them. It's a techie game. It's an advanced game. It's not Tekken, right? And it's not Street Fighter, but it's up there. It's a 3D fighter that requires you to actually predict and think. Now, I think it plays extremely similar to Storm 4. So if you enjoyed Storm 4, I think you're going to like this game. But I also think it plays, quite similar to Demon Slayer. The Berserk Guard and everything like that, I think is great. I think the blocking's fine. I'm glad there's no grabs. I think grabs would make this game a little weird because of how spacious your character is when they're doing like their animations with their attacks. I think all of the the specials or whatever, the supers, I think all of them are nice. I think they're all really great. The only character that I've played against so far that I could kind of feel was a little bit better because of a certain aspect was Gin and his range, and it was just his range. It was kind of hard to outplay against when you're starting off, so maybe it's probably a skill diff, but for me that was the most difficult part, I guess. But the combat system's great. The buttons are not confusing. You don't have to fucking quarter circle, flip upside down, do 360s in your chair, hack into NASA to do a simple, strike forward. It's square, triangle. It's not brain dead auto combo like Fighters is, but it's kind of close. So it's easy on the newer players, which is great. You want that for a fighting game. You don't want fucking crazy long ass fucking 3,000 step combos to do 4% of damage. I think the dealing damage system is great. I think it's a perfect spin on fighting games. It makes it unique. I truly enjoy that. I love a good spin, and for that I applaud this game. There is quite literally only a couple things I actually dislike about the game. So I have now sugar-coated this game. I've given it full glaze. Now I'm going to talk about what I think is, kind of wrong with the game. But these things can be fixed. It's not the core. Some of it is, but it's not entirely the core of the game. These can be fixed, so don't worry. And to start us off with the things that I don't, necessarily enjoy about the game. This fight you're seeing on the screen right now, I left in. I did lose this match, or I think it lagged out completely and crashed. I'm not entirely sure, which I'm going to get into. But I joined this guy with good ping. Me and him both had a green bar connection when I joined, and this was happening constantly. Any matched ping, green, any of them, we were lagging. We were lagging on green ping. That does not make sense. You should not be lagging on green. Maybe one freeze frame, or maybe some, lag once, or maybe even twice a game on green. Not this many times. That is optimization of the game, and it's failed optimization, or it's just bad netcode. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but it needs to be patched out, and it needs to just be worked on. I know that there is a data policy the moment you start the game, which is, entirely, you have to accept it basically, kind of, to play the game. So they are gathering data on everything you're doing when you're playing this game, which is pick rates, crashing, lagging, queuing, whatever it is. They're gathering data, so I do have faith in that this will be fixed, but I do need to mention it because that's part of the game when you play now. My next big thing is, if you play this game and you don't watch Bleach, you've never read Bleach, you've never seen Bleach, playing characters and guessing what they're going to do is going to be extremely fucking difficult. There's no class kind of telling you what these characters are. There's not like, this is a melee character, this is a range character. There's nothing like that. Like, if you pick Stark in the bottom left, you look at him and you're like, yeah, that guy's gonna have a fucking sword, dude. He's gonna be a melee character. I can't wait. Nope. Load in double pistols. You won't know that because you didn't watch the anime, and you also won't know it until you pick that character and waste your time, right? Not that this game's a waste of time, but I think there needs to be a classification for each character to kind of tell people, hey, this character is this class. This character is this class. And there doesn't need to be benefits to, any class. There doesn't need to be benefits or anything, or buffs against this one, and nerfs against this one because you're playing this one. None of that. You just need to have an identifier for these characters for people who don't play, or people who don't know what Bleach is. They see a new fighting game on Steam, they see it's the top talk of the town, and they want to play it, but they've never seen Bleach. They're going to walk away because it's just, they don't know what they're picking. They don't know who they're, choosing, right? So I think that should easily be added to the game. The main bug that I'm going to discuss that pisses me off because it's kind of ridiculous on launch, But I'm gonna give it my one veto that, okay, it's a launch bug and that's what it's gonna be, and it should never go past maybe 2 weeks past launch. This should never be alive past this. I cannot join games with my friends. You cannot create a room with a friend on Steam. Now, I'm playing the PC version with a PS4 controller. This is not on console. You cannot join your friends on Steam. I don't know if this is a problem with other people as well. I've seen some people complain about it on Twitter, and then I've seen some people play on Twitter with their friends. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. But it literally network disconnects you if you jump into a room, like you queue with your friend. It does not work. I could not play any of the people who create content with me. I couldn't get any, video footage of that, which sucks. And I really wish we did, because we've been waiting for this game for months and we couldn't even fucking play with each other. I think that's a little ridiculous. And then the next obvious one that I'm sure is everywhere right now, and this is the main thing people are bitching and whining about, is the crashing. This game crashes left and right. There is no way to know you're safe when you're clicking an option in the menu or you're loading into a game. I'm getting crashes from changing a setting in my settings. I'm getting crashes from changing audio levels. I'm getting crashes from moving it because it's auto locked on one of my other monitors. It will only start up on my right monitor, the screen, the game, but it won't start on my left for some reason. That's another thing that they should probably fix. It will crash from me changing that. It will crash from me joining games. It will crash mid-game. It will crash at the end of games. It just crashes all the time, and that's just optimization. That is something that we're gonna have to deal with until they patch it out, until they fix stuff, because that's a bug. I don't know why people think that that's the game. Like, oh my god, the fucking Bleach is oh, this game fucking sucks. No, that is a bug. That's a bad thing in the game that is going to be taken care of. Just unfortunately have to give it time. Finally, my overall opinion. I 100% recommend this game for people. I think this is a good game. I would give this a thumbs up on Steam. I would write a good review for this game. I think it's a great game. I think it's a good step in the right direction for the IP for Bleach. I think it's a good step in the right direction for anime fighting games. I think if you like Storm 4, you'll love this game. I think if you like Demon Slayer Chronicles even, I think you'll like this game. I think if you like Sparking Zero, you'll enjoy this game. It's not as 3D as Sparking Zero is, but it's still pretty 3D, so I'm sure you'll find some enjoyment in this game. I think all the combo guys, the combo casuals, they're going to like this game. I think I can see it at tournaments already. I can already just see it on the headlines of tournaments already, big ones. And I think it's a pretty okay game. Now, am I gonna just turn a blind eye to everything I literally just said not even 5 minutes ago? Absolutely not. This is, $60 plus tax of my hard-earned money. This is also gigabytes in space up on my computer that I paid for with my hard-earned money. So, is it, still needing to be kept in check? Yeah, it does, 100%, and it needs to be held accountable. It's a big AAA company. They should know what they're doing by now, but obviously, stuff happens. I don't think I have any future recommendations other than things I've already said. I really hope the lagging and everything gets optimized out. This game, again, the final one that's playing right now, I joined a complete green bar. I refreshed. It was a fresh new room, and we were green, and I'm still seeing lags. I don't know what I need to do. Maybe I need to get a NASA satellite on top of my computer or something. It's not me. I know it's not, because I'm not even comfortable sharing how much I pay for internet, but I pay a lot of money for internet, so I just know that it is not my computer. It is not me. I can see my frames on my side, and they're doing fine. It is the game. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Yeah, I am working. Believe it or not, I am actually working on other videos, Mosh Pit 7. I've had a couple videos spring to life and then die instantly because I've lost motivation to make them, or I've lost steam or the ability to do them entirely. I'm working on an Overwatch montage again, which is kind of crazy to even say. in the big 2025. I'm working on that. I got rights from a couple of artists to use music, so that's coming for future videos, which is going to be awesome. Mosh Pit 7 is turtling along as fast as a turtle can. I really hope I can get that done before summer. That's my goal, is before summer it comes out. But, you know, stuff happens. People change. Stuff happens. I'm not even going to get into it, but, stuff happens. So we'll have to see what happens then. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support on the last video. I did a rant on a non-video game, and I still got over 1,000 views. That's what I'm fucking talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you guys for all of the support. I love seeing everybody on Twitter. I love seeing people in the Discord. I just love everybody. I've always said that. Thank you for, liking, commenting, everything, subscribing. I hope you guys have an amazing day, because you guys make mine. And, yeah, I'll see you next time.